Hey everybody, it's your main man Melvin Enoch Howard III back again for another Blender tutorial. So take a seat in the chair. It's time to earn some seat cred. I like that new opening. I like the new opening. It's really good. Anyways, after a period of time doing some other things, playing with some stop motion animation again. I got a new intro, as you must have seen in the beginning. Hopefully you did. I don't know if I'm going to edit it in this episode, but it should be. Anyways, we're getting back to the materials chapter. Part 1, I finished, what was it like? About like 10 pages. It just covered mostly. Actually, let's get into Blender. We covered the basic material properties tab and playing around with that. So let's get. Unfortunately, I installed Blender through Steam. I don't know why I did that. I don't want to change it at this point though. Yeah, let's change our thumbnail. Remember, we can do this by going into tab. Oops. Tabbing into, we have to choose that. Tab into edit mode, and watch this. Backspace 2. Look at that. That's how you do text in Blender. Change text in Blender. Easy peasy. And look at that. You render that. Bada boom. Part 2. Anyways. Actually, should we render that out? No, we'll get to that at the end. But anyways, let's open a new general tab. We will save that actually, because we're going to use that. So let's get back into it. So we stopped with the actually, let's open the last thing we did. Open recent. We did a maybe I didn't. Oh no, it was in the thumbnail. Remember, we made a beach ball. Remember, all we had to do was go in here, go into tab into. Oopsie, why am I? Oh, I'm still on that. All we had to do was tab into edit mode, and look at that. We just selected the faces. We added a subdivision surface to this. Remember, I haven't applied it yet. Did I apply it? I can't remember. But yeah, we added a subdivision surface, so it smooths out. But below that, we just chose we did like a face loop. We chose a face loop, and then and then we just went to the materials. We chose that color for that specific loop, and we changed its color. Easy peasy. And we just assigned it to those faces. So there's your brief overview of how we use this tab to change colors on different faces and whatnot. Not too hard. So let's get back to it. Let's open the new. Once again, don't save because we already have it. And let's get back. All right. Where were we? Page 238. It's worth noting that data block field below the material slots list. From this data block field, you can tie a material to a current active material slot in the list. Okay, yeah, I think it's talking about the is it talking about the surface? I believe it's talking about the surface. These are different types of I think that's what it's talking about. But anyways, let's get back into it. From left to right, here's a description of what each button in the data block does. The material button on the left gives you the ability to choose any existing material created. Text field. Well, where are we right now? Do you know where we are? Material slots. Let's start from the top. Material slots aren't limited to being used only by meshes. You can also use them on curves, surfaces, and objects. Yeah, we did that with text. in the last episode. I didn't show you my process for making that, but it's the same thing. Process is similar to message with one main exception. Messages, as shown in the preceding example, allow you to assign individual faces. This exception isn't the case with curved surfaces and text objects, which assign material slots to discrete closed entities. So you can assign individual text, characters, and curves to a material slot. However, you can't set the material slot of an individual control point or a portion of a text character. Oh yeah. You see, let's we're not gonna go back into the other one. We're going to I'm gonna add in just some text. Let me close my window. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Apologies. So what we want to do is, what I want to show you is this. So let's go into the material preview. So I'm going to add in that material, and we're gonna call it a gooba, like Booba, that children's television show. It's crazy. Booba's crazy, guys. Let's just make it that for now. I'm gonna change the surface to, let's make it glossy. Let's go into the, yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? Make it a little, yeah. And then, so I think what it wants me to look at, data block field below the material slots list. Oh, right here, the data block. This is it, right? From this data block field, you can tie a material to the current active material slot in the list box. You make a material slot active by clicking on it. So like, yeah, that. This data block function is the same as anything. From left to right, there is a description of what each button in the data block does. So the material button, this one right here, gives you the ability to choose any existing material that you've already created. The text field right here allows you to make a custom name. If your material is linked to more than one object, it has a numbered, remember this thing right here? Oh wait, no, not that. Yeah, let's do this. Let's make an object node. Yeah, let's shift D this. Move that to the side over there. Look at that. Tells us how many users this data block is assigned to. Enable the button with a shield on it to give your material a fake user. Without a fake user, if you unlink a material from all objects, it has no users and won't be saved in your, okay, yeah. Okay. Giving the material a fake user ensures that your material sticks around when you save. So if you click this, when this material right here, the gooba, isn't assigned to either of these, it's just assigned to nothing, this will allow the material to be saved when you exit the project. Clicking the new material button adds a new material data block and assigns it to your active material slot. If there's already a material data block chosen when you click this button, your new material is actually a duplicate of it. So let's try this. Oh, look at that. There's two oh, wait. Where's the first gooba? Oh, interesting. That's interesting, actually. Oh, I see what's going on. I think I see what's going on. Wait, so, oh, so this is a totally, so this allows us to change this is like its own like section, like a sub material section for the gooba as a whole. So like let's do this. So let's add another material, right? So let's make this like glass. And then, did it change? Oh wait, we have to assign it to it. So, right? I don't know what's up with this. It's not changing the class. Or maybe it is. Maybe I just can't see it. Let's go into cycles. Yeah, no, it's glass. It's just let's extrude it. Let's extrude it for a second. So remember extrude. Just go to geometry. And wait, no, not geometry. I thought it was geometry. Yeah, right here. See, you go to geometry in the object data properties for text. And you extrude, and yes, it is glass. Look at that. You just can't see through it because for glass you have to change the roughness. And look at that. Oh wait, oh that's not. Why is it? I don't think that's glass. You see that? Yeah, there's still a glossy. I think I need to. What a pain! What a pain! Figuring out this Blender stuff. It truly is a pain, but we'll figure it out. So, oh, you know what? Watch this. I think we should be able to, if I'm not wrong. I thought there was supposed to be like an assign button. Forgive me. Remember, I'm learning with you. So, let's see. It's supposed to be glass, right? Well, let's switch it to glossy and see what it does. There's no change at all. Glass. I think the issue is that I don't know how to assign it to this specific piece of text. I was sure there was an assign. Ain't that something, guys? Ain't that something? It's like not changing at all. It's stuck to the glossy material. The gooba. It's stuck to the gooba. The gooba is inevitable. So, okay. This material, we want it to be glass, right? Yeah. We want it to be blue. Okay. Now, apparently, this material has 2 users. Apparently. But it doesn't seem to be using them. I don't see. We're figuring this out. Okay. Stop clicking around. What do we know? What do we know? Okay. What if we just convert this to a mesh? So let's maybe let's delete gooba. Okay. So look at this. This is still. Oh, wait a minute. What if we do this? Okay, so here's our problem. I think I get it now. So let's delete this glass. Let's do new. And then we go to glass. Look at that. Okay. So, okay. Look at that. All right. So I think the deal is, see. Oh yes, okay. Here was our problem. Here's our problem. Remember, remember what I said. Um, text. Remember, meshes allow you to assign meshes allow you to assign individual faces. Let's highlight that. This is not the case with curves, surfaces, and text objects, which assign material slots to discrete closed entities. So the whole thing, you can't, there's no assigning in this. The whole thing, I mean, well, you can assign specific. Oh, you know what? I just figured myself out. Look, we tabbed into edit mode and they appeared. Okay. Okay. So, there's your lesson. There's your lesson. If you have multiple materials and you want to change, you want to assign them to different parts of your text or curve or whatever, you gotta go into edit mode to get the assign, select, deselect buttons. So now we know. Now we know. So anyways, and clicking the, and then the X material disconnects the material data block from the active material slot. So yeah, got it? Got it. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard at all. You just made it hard. So wait, if we do minus, yeah, look at that. So adding slots is just like creating more tools to work with, more tools to try out, I guess. Yeah, let's move on. So to the right of the material data block is a small drop-down menu with a mesh icon on it. So this thing right here. This is the link menu. The link drop-down menu after the node button is a pretty unique control. Using these menu options, wait, this is the link menu. Okay, remember this, guys. This thing right here, this is the link menu. Using these menu options, okay, requires recalling information about how blend files are structured. Chapters 2 and 4 detail how blend files are structured, but basically, Blender objects are just containers for the low-level data, so mesh, curve, and so on. So now here's how this information relates to materials. By default, Blender's materials link to low-level data, so mesh, curve, and so on, as indicated by the link drop. You see, object, data, blah, blah, blah. Okay. As indicated by the link drop-down menu in the context panel being set to data. However, you also have the option of linking the material to the object as well, as shown in the schematics of figure 8 to 6. Let's look at this. So, oh my god, I can't read this because it's in black and white. I'm not going to show you this. That's too much. So let's just ask this question. Why is having the ability to link a material to either the mesh or the object a useful option? Well, say that you have a bunch of objects that are linked duplicates. So object duplicate linked. If you recall, actually, no, you don't recall because I never went over that. So don't worry about that. But do worry about that because I'm about to show you. I think to reset the 3D cursor, it's Control C or Alt C. Or, oh hell, I'm in edit mode. I believe it's Control C or Control R or Shift C. Ah, there we go, Shift C. Alright, but anyways, so I'm gonna stop those two. what I'm gonna do is we're gonna add a cube, right? And then we're going to duplicate, and then so duplicate linked is Alt D. So these two are linked, and they what does that do again? I don't exactly remember what that does, to be honest. I couldn't tell you. Sharing the, oh yeah, they share the same mesh information. If the material is linked to the mesh, all your linked duplicates have the exact same material. So, excuse me. So look at this. So say let's make this blue or purple. Look at that. See, they're linked. They're sharing the same material. But if I just change that to what is that? Object? Oh, let's change it to. Okay, so this is data. Oh, this is the mesh data, right? But say we were to change that to object, and look at that. So that's the specific object, not the mesh data. It's pretty easy to understand once you see it in action. I'm not sure exactly where I would use it yet, but it seems like it'll be interesting. So remember that. Sorry for the pause, I was highlighting this in the book. If you want your linked duplicates to have different colors, different materials, then you will assign the material to the object property itself instead of the mesh data. Got it? Ready to go on? Let's move on. Page 240. Using vertex colors. All right, it's gonna get crazy. One downside to material slots is the fact that although they make defining multiple colors and materials on a single mesh easy, there's a very distinct line between materials. The color of one material doesn't smoothly transition into the next. If you want to create a car with a paint job that's light blue near the ground and smoothly transitions to a bright yellow on its roof hood, you can't effectively do this with color graduation. With material slots. You could use a texture, as described in chapter 9. I believe that's. I think that is the next chapter. Ooh, but it's a long ways. Long ways. It's about 30 pages away. Yep. We're gonna be in this chapter for a while now. So, for example, if you wanted to create we know the car. We want the gradient. You could use a texture, but that might be overkill for a simple object. There is another technique that gives you an effective way of quickly coloring a mesh without the hard edge lines that material slots give you. Vertex colors. All right, let's put Suzanne the monkey in here. Oops, I accidentally deleted the light. Did not want to do that. Let's just do this. So let's put our where is she? I forgot. I think she's just monkey. Suzanne. Oh my god, what's up with this? Shift C. That's how you Shift C is how you reset the 3D cursor so it's not so weird. Alright. But mine is pretty weird right now. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. No, let's just size her up. Alright. Perfect. All right, so let's get into this. So the way vertex colors work is pretty simple. You assign each vertex in your mesh a specific color. Whoa. If the vertices that form a face have different colors, a gradient goes from each vertex. Oh my gosh. I see. So the color is most intense at the vertex and more blended with other colors the farther away it gets. So although vertex colors are a flexible way of adding smoothly transitioning colors to your object, they only work on meshes. They don't work on other types of objects so just remember that. Vertex colors only work on meshes. Vertex colors, meshes only. At least in this version of Blender. I believe he's on 2.8. Of course, trying to explicitly set the color for each and every vertex in a mesh can get really tedious on complex meshes. So to alleviate this problem, Blender has vertex paint mode. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm scared. I think it's down here, right? This one? Oh, this texture. I don't know. How do we get into that? So you can activate vertex paint mode by selecting the mesh object that you want to paint, Suzanne. And then pressing Control Tab to reveal the pie menu. And then we go into vertex paint. Oh boy, this looks kind of scary, doesn't it? Ooh. You can also use the mode drop-down menu in the 3D viewports header. When you enter vertex paint mode, use your mouse cursor changes to include a paintbrush circle, similar to the one you see in the sculpt mode. I will go back to the sculpt mode later. I'm learning how to sculpt with clay right now, so also I don't have like the pen, like the Wacom board or whatever, so I'm waiting to get that, and once I have that, we'll really start experimenting with sculpting. So to leave it, it's probably when you enter vertex paint mode, your mouse cursor changes to include a paintbrush circle similar to the one you see when in sculpt mode and the tools tab. Okay. So Blender provides you with 4 basic tools for vertex painting, in addition to the annotate tool, which is always present. I like the annotate tool right here. Scoop. That's a good song. Scoop by whatchamacallit? Nazem or Nazem. I forgot how to get rid of I forgot how to get rid of these. Whatever. That's fine. It's not gonna show up anyway. So we have draw. What does draw do? The draw tool is the default tool for vertex painting. It's the only one capable of adding new color to your vertices. All the other tools are meant for adjusting colors. The blur is used for mixing colors from adjacent vertices. So that really helps create that nice blurred gradient. The average tool is similar to the blur tool in that it attempts to smooth the transition between colors. This tool uses a slightly different algorithm. Instead of factoring colors from adjacent vertices, this tool factors in only the colors that are within the circle of the brush size. Oftentimes, he'll roughly get the smooth transition with this tool and then make refining adjustments with the blur tool. And then the smear tool for vertex painting is also very similar to the in other 2D digital painting programs. When you click and drag the brush circle around your mesh, you can pull color from one region to another as you're smudging or smearing. Interesting. course, the primary tool is the draw tool. Is this tool active? Okay. So I guess let's try. I don't know exactly how it works. Oh, I guess we add. How do we do this? Maybe let's try green. Oh, okay. Let's get out of cycles. Oh, also cycles isn't on GPU. Let's bring the light back. Oh, oops, oopsie. Oh, wait, come back. Okay. Okay, give me a second, guys. So, let's try. Is it working? Do you see green? I don't see green. It's not working. I'm trying my best out here. Let's see if it shows up. Nope. I don't have the best GPU, so let's try this one. No, let's not try that one. I don't think it's working. Yeah, let's just bring it back to the middle because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. If you want to keep the properties editor on another tab, like the object and material tabs, I recommend you use the tool tab of the 3D viewport sidebar to work with all the draw tools. Okay, tool tab. Where's the tool tab? This one right here. I don't know. Tool tab. You see a tool tab? Oh, duh. Okay. So we've got our object right here. So I think we're gonna start drawing on this page. The most relevant options for vertex painting with the drill tool are in the brush panel. Here you select the color you want to use, and it's just the brush. I'm gonna use that color. It's my favorite color. It's more like this. And you controls applied. You can choose the color you want by adjusting the embedded color picker. Using the tool in the 3D viewport goes pretty much how you expect. Left click and drag over the geometry on your object, and you assign. Okay, but it's not working for me. It's not working. Guys, it's not working for me. Maybe I have to like that's not what I wanted. I want to vertex paint it. But I can't paint it because it's not painting. Why is it not working? Maybe I need to turn up the radius. I don't know. Where am I going wrong, guys? Okay, there we go. I think it's just not coloring on it. I'm trying my best. It's not working. The heck? Okay. No, let's try a different shape. This isn't working right now. Let's go into object mode. We're not gonna use this anymore. We're gonna add in we're just gonna add in a cube. Or maybe that's the UV sphere again. And then we're gonna go into vertex paint, and then I'm gonna try again. Yeah, it's not working. Maybe let's add a new material, and then let's try it. But it's not. Does it appear in the render? What if I try that? You know, I may cut this part out of the video because this is taking too long. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so apparently all I had to do was go into the solid view. I guess it just doesn't show up in the other previews. So yeah, it's not that hard, but I didn't know that. So now I know. Now you know. Now we all know. People, you probably figured it out before me. So I'm gonna probably try and take that part out of the video, but let's play around with this. Let's play around with this. So you see the draw tool. Look at that. See how it see it hit these vertices are not this one, so now it's creating a gradient. So now I can do this little smear thing and bring that over to the look at that. I'm bringing that yellow down here with the smear. I have to click on click on the vertices. It's kind of weird, but it works. It works somewhat. And so we also have the average one, which kind of like makes it smoother somewhat, I think. Is that what it does? It's not really working out here. I'm not really seeing a difference with the average. Let's try the blur. Yeah, the blur, you can see that. Yeah, look at that. Kind of looks, that actually looks so much better. Can really, oh baby, look at that. See, it's kind of cool. So yeah, so let's also play with these settings. Below the radius and strength sliders, we have a drop down menu labeled blend. Oh, okay. There's a lot of options here. Typically the golden option in this menu is the preset. Oh wait, no. Why did I say golden? There's no way. Typically the option chosen in this menu is preset, depending on the specific brush you've chosen. However, by adjusting the blending modes manually, you can have direct control over how the paint color is applied to your vertices. If you've ever used 2D digital painting application like Krita or Photoshop, these blending mode options should look familiar to you. So hey, when I start my Photoshop tutorial, you know, some stuff should carry over. These blending mode options should look familiar to you. The following are your choices. I've broken them down by general classification. Mix simply blends the defined color. It's the default one. In most cases, this is the setting you want to use for the draw tool. Darken modes. These include darken, right over here, multiply, color burn, and linear burn. These choices take the dark values of the color you've chosen in the color picker and makes any vertices you paint over darker by that value. So let's try this color burn. Oh, okay, look at that. Kind of like upping the contrast on an image. It's kind of fun to play around with. Multiply probably does the same, yeah. Then we have the lighten. Bada boom. Bringing it back to the original. Let's try color dodge. Whoa. Color dodge is interesting. What's that do? I wonder if it has a Yeah, I don't know what that exactly means, but it looks cool. Okay, so mixing modes. In contrast to the actual mix mode, which is more like a replace mode, these blending modes have algorithms that define how your chosen color combines with the existing colors. So, what are these? So overlay, soft light. Let's see this overlay. Oh, this just takes it back to the original, or it seems like it does. Maybe it's not. Let's try this hard light. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Inversion modes. Subtract, in short, use these blend modes to flip the current color on a vertex to its opposite value on the color wheel. So the opposite of red on the color wheel is, excuse me, I am an art person, I need to be. Anyways, so what is the opposite of red on the color wheel? Wait, why can't I change the color? Where's the color wheel? Where'd it go? What the heck? Where's the color wheel? Oh, we need to be on brush. So what's the opposite of red? Blue. Like literally. It's not even that hard. So the opposite of red on the color wheel is blue. So let's try this. Where is it? Difference, I believe. That is not blue. That's not blue at all. Subtract. That's still not blue. That's black. Oh wait, it's using this color. See? Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. No, we're just gonna keep this black. I am not an expert at that. This color wheel stuff just yet. I'm learning. So, about this exclusion. I don't know. I see some blue being added. Yeah. Oh, it's coming in. Oh, I see what it's doing. I see what it's doing now. It is adding blue. It's just coming on over it. I see. It's blending into it. Yeah. That makes. I see it now. I see it now. So that's really all you need to know. Then as a handy shortcut, if you right click in the 3D viewport, you get a small pop over that gives you quick access to a color picker and sliders for adjusting the draw tool's radius and strength. As you paint, you may want to have a better idea of where the vertices that you're painting actually exist on your mesh. Especially on low poly meshes or meshes that don't have a lot of actual geometry. In those cases, it's helpful to have Blender overlay the object's wireframe in the 3D viewport. So I think we can just do that here. Oh, whoa. How do we do that? To do so, navigate over to the overlays rollout. Where is that? Do you see that? Overlays. See that? Oh, duh. It should be right here. Where's the wireframe? Oh, look at that. We got the wireframe. Yay. And now it's much clearer where all of the vertices lie. By default, the base vertex color for an object is flat white. If you would rather start with a different base color, choose Paint, Set, Vertex Colors. Oh, whoa. Paint. Where is this? Where do you see this? I wish you would be more clear about where I find these settings. Where's paint? Right here at the top. Set vertex colors. Ah, there we go. Now all the vertex colors are red. What if I change it? Make it like a lighter version. Okay. Paint. Bada boom. And then I can go through with like blue. Paint some blue on there. Down the middle. You can make like a little planet with this. Like, be interesting. Wouldn't it? I kind of wish the blue was a little more pronounced. But anyways, I think it's because, oh yeah, it's painting over the red, not really. Let's try and let's see if we can get a more not blur. I feel like average will be. No, that doesn't work either. What about smear? I don't know. But then it's not really. Yeah, you get the point though. You get the point. Oh, what the heck? So, look at this at the bottom. When you change the frame to 0, the annotation doesn't show up anymore. It's kind of interesting. So you can have multiple sets called layers of vertex colors. Over in the object data properties, there is a vertex colors panel. Object data properties. There is a vertex colors panel with a list box in it. Vertex colors. You see that? Maybe vertex groups. I don't see vertex color panel. Color attributes? Vertex groups? I don't see it. So when you enter vertex paint mode for the first time, this list box automatically gets a vertex color. I think it should be, there should be a tab for this, but it's not showing up. Maybe there isn't one in this version of Blender. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, guys. Oh, give me a second. Okay. After some research, I figured out that the vertex colors panel was replaced by the color attributes panel. I don't know why they keep changing the names of things, but I guess that makes it somewhat better. So let's go back to this website. This is blender.org. Thank God for blender.org. So apparently what he's doing, I guess adding an attribute. Let's think. Let's look through this first. So I guess let's add one. Let's name it color. Vertex. And then that's the new layer. Let's actually get that out of there. Okay. Okay. What? Interesting. So although you can have multiple layers of vertex colors, you can only set one as active for painting. To make a vertex color layer active for painting, left click the color layer's name. So, oh, look at that. Easy. It wasn't hard at all. All I had to do was research a little bit, and now I know what I'm doing. So remember that. This is no longer the color vertex tab, or whatever it was called. It is the color attributes tab, and it allows you to add layers to your vertex painting. Got it? Got it. Let's move on. So I think I'm gonna go up to, we're gonna go up to the node materials, and we're gonna stop there because this is getting kind of long. So then let's define color palettes. In the setting diffuse colors section of this chapter, he mentions that it's a common practice for artists and designers to work with a palette of specific colors. If you're painting the walls of your house blue and green, you usually want to make sure that if you run out of paint, you get the exact same blue and green. Otherwise, your walls are going to look hideous. Likewise, when the vertex painting, if you choose a particular color, it's good to have a way to come back to that color later if you need to. Fortunately, Blender's painting system has this capability built in. It's called the palettes. So, look at the bottom of the brush panel. Let's go back to our tools. If you need to, refer to figure 8 through 9. Notice a subpanel named color palette. Do you see that? Color palette. Yep, right here. So to create a new, this is where you can create palettes in Blender. So let's add a new palette in. You should also notice that below the color picker there are now 2 buttons, plus and minus, right here. Left click the plus button and the current color gets added to the current active palette. So let's add blue, and let's add red. As you work, if you want to go back to a coloring palette, just left click the square. Oh, hey, well, ain't that something? So let's add some blue. Why does it look purple? Or red? Weird. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's because we're in exclusion mode. That's why it's choosing the opposite color on the panel. So let's choose mix. And pick blue. Oh my god, look at that. So we go there. Hit those vertexes. And then we can just, oh no. Choose that red. Oh, look at that. Uh-huh. I'll just get the bottom. And look at that. Ain't that beautiful, guys? It really is, actually. America. Kind of looks like ice cream out of this. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Smudge some red on. Okay. Oh, that's enough. That's enough. Okay. But anyways, should also notice left behind. Alright, so let's create painting masks. Occasionally when vertex painting, your mesh may have some faces on it that you don't want to receive any of the color you're currently painting. In this case, you define face selection masking by left-clicking paint mask button. Where's that? In the 3D viewports header. Where is that? Mask? I wish, I need a visual here. Oh, I believe it's this one. Icon of a cube with one face highlighted. Okay. So if I don't want a specific face color, all right, let's go back to the brush. So say I want this to be red. No, I think I get it. Oh yeah, I definitely get it. Whoa, that's weird. Yeah, these are the same settings, right? Why is the blue like okay, that's weird. That was weird. I clicked on the blue and it just didn't go blue. But yeah, it's not that hard. Okay. When you enable the painting mask, you can select faces on your mesh by using shift left click. Okay. Oh, so if you don't want to paint these ones specifically, say put in, oh, just select red. Look at that. It'll never touch it. That's actually really good to know. Make sure you know that. So you shift left click on this vertex paint mode. On this paint mask mode. And then these faces are the only ones, these faces around it are the only ones affected. So let's take it off and let's look at that. Crazy, isn't it? Okay, so now we have to make all this renderable. Because look at this, if we go out of this, it just doesn't exist. There's nowhere to be found. That's the problem I had beforehand. So what you need to do is, if you pop back into object mode, right? You no longer see it all, right? Alright, so the steps to get your vertex colors visible isn't as complex as it sounds. So in the surface panel, material properties, ensure that the use nodes button is enabled. What? Use nodes. Okay. What are you talking about? Use nodes. You see the use nodes? Maybe it's a vertex. Okay, we're gonna actually have to buckle down and figure this out. I think it wants me to. So yeah, we have to be in the material tab. Material properties. All new materials have this toggle enabled by default. Sometimes you may run across a material where it isn't enabled. The material system for both Eevee and cycles is node-based. For all but the most simple of materials, you should use the shader editor to tweak and customize your materials. There's more on this later in this chapter. Okay, so why is this not working? So left click the connector button. What the hell? Where's this connector button? What are you talking about? It's like a circle, it says. To the right of the color swatch. Oh my lord. This one? Choose vertex color. Where is this? Okay. This act tells Blender that rather than use the color defined by the swatch, you want to. Okay, we need to find this. I believe it's this one. Color attribute. And then. Right? Because it should be in here. Yeah, color attribute. Yeah, it should just be attribute. Is it showing up? And yep. There we go. Easy peasy. It only shows up in the render though. So make a note of that when you vertex paint. You're gonna have to go through all these steps. You have to change the color swatch, the base color, to the color attribute that you chose and you made in the vertex paint mode. Just choose a specific layer that you want to use. Come in here, change the base color with this what's it called, the connector button, these circles right here. Change it to the color attribute and then choose the attribute you want, and there you go. It's not too hard. And then this is optional, the vertex paint layer field. Type the name of the vertex color you want to use. If you enter nothing here, Blender chooses the first vertex color in the. Well, I had to choose from the drop down, but. And then now this should do the trick. Now when you render, let's do a quick render. Oh, that's really close, but yeah, it's not bad. Let's switch it. We're in Eevee, right? Yeah, no, we're in cycles actually. What the hell? Oh, it's just we don't have we don't really have that many vertices, so looking all good. Just keep it on Eevee though. Yeah. So that should do it for at least this tutorial. I'm gonna stop here because I think we're running into about an hour now. Yeah. So I'm gonna cut out a few parts, one places I took too long, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.